Hey, everybody, what is going on? This is Uncle Steve's Lounge. I am Uncle Steve, and I'm glad to see you here on Sunday on the Sunday Chill. And man, woo, that was not what we were expecting today. However, we'll talk about it as we normally do here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate y'all joining me today. Take a seat back, get those fingers to typing, and we'll talk about what we saw today. And the Falcons, I don't know what else to say, ugly loss at home today to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 18-10. Join me in a couple of seconds. We'll be right back with you.
You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Gonna sit down, have a good time.
All right, what is going on? How y'all doing out there today? This is Uncle Steve's Lounge. I am Uncle Steve, and I'm glad to have you here with us. And I need y'all today because, boy, the therapy is going to be interesting. I, like everyone else, had extremely good vibes today about the game. Now, let me make it clear. This is game one. I'm not going anywhere. The team's not going anywhere. Um, but this was an extremely bad look if this was the look you were trying to get to keep fans in your stadium. And I think that's one of the bigger things that I took out of it. Uh, again, as y'all joining me here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Appreciate you. I know everybody is weighing in on this loss. I'm not going to sit here and doom and gloom every single thing. Not everything. Defense played pretty well. Not going to try to act like the defense didn't do their thing. Big plays, yes. Third downs, yes. But if you can hold a team to not to out of the end zone, it goes back to the same exact scenario we were talking about the last 2 years. Having a defense to hold tight and just get the offense to score me just a couple of touchdowns. Just a couple. And granted, there was only one touchdown scored all day. So I don't know whether that speaks to the ineptitude of the offense or whether we've just had two pretty solid defenses today. I think it's the latter. I take nothing away from Pittsburgh. Decent job done. I'm not ready to sit here and on the record, it'll say Arthur Smith beat us with his team, and he did. They came in here and did a solid job. When you look at the yards today, Najee Harris, 70 yards. Justin Fields added 57. Good old Cordero came in here and ran for 13 on us as well. They did what they were supposed to do when you have a lack of talent at quarterback, and that's what they did. Even Justin Fields had a very efficient day as far as just making completions, 17-23. At the end of the day, I'd still say, yeah, you got to score. And what you cannot do is you can't turn the ball over. Bottom line, I don't care how much, uh, how good you are, how much of a veteran you are, you can't turn the ball over. And those were ugly interceptions. Those weren't like, oh man, he just missed them. No, those were ugly interceptions. Those were interceptions you would expect one of the 4 rookies starting today in the NFL to make. That's what's disappointing about it. Am I ready to give up the ship? No, of course not. Game 1. But at the end of the day, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. And I'm going to tell you what, coming home, I had the same thought in my mind, but I was listening to 92.9, the game on the way home, and I was listening to former offensive lineman Mike Johnson, and I had the same exact thought, and I was going to talk about that today. The honeymoon is over. All the good feels, all the glad handing, and all the funny press conferences and all that good stuff. Yeah, all that stuff's out the window now. Now it's time to get to business. Okay, smacked in the mouth by the TJ Watt in that defense. And now you got to step your game up. And as far as the Atlanta Falcons atmosphere is concerned, it was an atmosphere for opening game if you had a yellow and black towel. That stadium was unbelievably Pittsburgh through and through. Now, I'm not saying we didn't make noise. That was a 50-50 crowd today, folks. It wasn't even close. It might have been more. I don't even know what happened. I don't know. I'm at a point I'm not telling people how to sell tickets and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. But that crowd, they felt like they were a home game. They literally were raising their hands up on third down, and the crowd was louder than the Atlanta Falcon crowd. That's a legacy team, so it's not surprising. But at the same time, I also say, that's embarrassing. So it's game 1. You tried out Kirk Cousins late of the big-time contract of this spring, I should say. Kirk went 16 for 26, 155 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 extremely bad interceptions. Not to mention a fumble that was ridiculous as well. Is it because they didn't get any preseason snaps? I'm not that much of a scientist. I don't know. Maybe. I just think they played a bad game. Offensive line did a decent job running game. Did not do a great job pass protecting. Now, granted, you're playing one of the best pass rushers in the league, so I'm not going to act like that didn't make a difference. But, 1 touchdown. Can't win like that. You didn't even get Koo in position to try another field goal. That's how bad it was. So I'm going to jump on here and get some of these comments. I know a lot of y'all are making comments. I'm going to try my best to get as many to them as I can. I see it's a whole lot. So as I hit some of y'all for the first time, I'm going to keep it rolling like that. Dexter is in the house. What's going on, Dex? How you feeling, bro? He said, this not playing players to not get chemistry hurts us every year. They must face somebody else for the competition. This was 2 of the stupidest game plans I ever seen on a football field in a long time. And I know that's probably a way how people feel. I get it. It's frustrating. This was frustrating to see today. I'm not mad at that thought process at all. False start in the house. What's going on, my friend? How you feeling? He said, what's good, watching Kirk straining to throw the ball today reminded me of Peyton Manning in 2015. He could barely spin it. Tell you what, it makes you wonder. It was at one point in the game, y'all, I saw Penix with his helmet on the sideline. Y'all think Kirk is okay? Is Kirk okay? You got to ask the question. I'm not saying Penix would have got out of some of those positions where TJ Watt was coming around the corner, but geez, Dude, I need you to move a little bit quicker. Just a little bit. PJ, what's going on, brother? He says, I've been fooled, bamboozled, hoodwinked. Cousins is not ready, and the O-line is trash. O-line is not completely trash. We had some good runs and some good plays. We had some horrible, horrible penalties today. We had at least 3 or 4 plays that first downs or huge swing plays were brought back. So when you start talking about bad timing, interceptions, a lot of penalties, what does that usually lead up to? That means folks were not ready. Does that mean we needed to do a couple of reps in preseason? Maybe. Maybe. David Starts in the house. What's going on, David? Said not what I expecting. No offensive. Did I just read that? No offensive continuity. Stupid decisions and bad throws by the quarterback, and no adjustments on the offensive line. Sounds like Kurt. Coach's Corner in the house. What's up, Dre? Say, first and foremost, before people start, this was not on on Kirk Cousins. This was a total coaching failure. You can't handcuff Kirk Cousins by keeping him in the shotgun with JJ on the other side. You put him under center and run. Hey. Big John Higgins, what's going on, sir? Said Tyler Algier needs to play more, if not start. Let Bijan Robinson come off the bench. Both of our offensive tackles. Is something wrong there. Nah, Bijan is that guy, y'all. It ended up playing out where they needed Bijan to be in there because they were coming in so quick. Bijan with that ball in his hand is magic. It is. Tell me I'm lying. He has a chance every time he touched that ball to go for some long. A couple of times he did, and they had penalties. Montoya's in the house. What's going on, ma'am? She said we need each other today. Absolutely, today. We sure do. ATL Skate Man in the house. What's going on, man? Say hello, Uncle Steve. Kurt did not look good. Had nervous, and that's a good word. Had nervous moves, needed those early preseason reps. That's a good point. It's easy to say that. Island Mike is in the house. What's going on, Island Mike? He said the offense was a show. He's right. He's right. Tim McCarthy is here as well. What's going on, Tim? He said, what's up, Uncle Steve, man? Oh, man, I'm sick of the same crap. I really had high hopes. And dude, it's not over. I'm with you. We didn't leave the game for about 20 minutes. Excuse me. Waited for that first initial rush of people to leave. And we said the same thing. Like, yeah, this is not good. But I tell you what, I do like what I see from the defense. I do. I think the offense is going to come around. We just going to have to give them a couple of days. And we also said that this first 3 games is a gauntlet, folks. This is not an easy gauntlet for us to go through. Pittsburgh, Philly, Kansas City, no team wants those 3 games in a row on your schedule. But we got them. So now that we didn't get the quote-unquote easiest of the 3, now we got to go on the road to Philly and then come back home and play a Kansas City team that looks like their offense is hitting on all cylinders. Better go game plan. NLMB in the house. What's going on? Say you can't make this up. We passed on Justin Fields just for him to beat our $180 million quarterback. Well, I'll say this about Mr. Fields. Mr. Fields did not miss a lot of passes, but he did not. Yeah, you had a couple of broken plays where they got the big dash play down the field. Yeah. I'm not ready to act like he won the game. His mobility helped, but I'm still not willing to sit here and act like he's a savior or anything like that. That's not true. Raider Beast is in the house. What's going on, Raider Beast? Said fire Raheem, fire Zach Robinson, Big Kirk. Raider Beast like, I'm done with all of it. Travis, what's up, man? Travis Preston in the house said there was no adjustment for TJ Watt. Caleb was left on the island by himself. The offense doesn't seem to be in sync. Preseason matters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Getting in here. Brother Jack Doe is in the house. What's going on, man? Congratulations. I know your Steelers came through. He said 180 mil down the drain. Same old Kirk Cousins. Listen, it has yet to be seen. We'll see. One game in doesn't exactly make a season. But for fans that had been waiting and anticipating something different, I tell you what, this was not what we were expecting to see. It wasn't. Not at all. Not at all. Let me go to my man Drew in the house. What's up, Drew? How you doing, sir? He said this loss was definitely a no. Second half was pitiful. Steelers D played well, but we have to expect better from Kirk for the money we're giving him. 100% agree. There are no excuses. Look, we, for the last couple of years, talked about Mariota, talked about Ritter, in fairness, about how they didn't have the skill set. They weren't ready. And all we talked about this offseason was how much of a veteran Kirk Cousins was and threw all the stats and talked all of that. And I'm telling you, Falcon fans are not going to put up with that. We're not. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. And matter of fact, Pittsburgh Steelers fans had such a good time out there. But I happened to be with some of those guys, and they were like, man, y'all let Justin Fields. We don't even like Justin Fields. They knew the truth. That one Falcon fan is in here. What's going on, brother? He said, what's good, I'm not going to get mad at this loss. It's week one. Not the end of the world. Sure, Kirk underperformed, but in his defense, the O-line didn't help, and TJ Watt was terrorizing it. Now, I'll take the part about it's not the end of the world. I'm a little concerned that Kirk looked as stiff as he did. Because there were a couple of times when TJ came around and was coming around and passing, kind of going around him. And I'm like, dude, step up. And I didn't see a lot of that from Kirk Cousins today. Is that because of, I don't know, lingering injuries? I don't know. But it kind of bothered me that I didn't see that, man. It just kind of bothered me. The Dixon Way in the house. What's going on, brother? Y'all make sure y'all check Larry and Shonda out on the Dixon Way on YouTube. The best, by far, live reaction videos you're going to watch on YouTube. Turn down the TV. Turn up the Dixon Way. I think I said that right. Like number 6 smash. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. This is unfortunately a preseason for the Falcons. And here's the thing. Larry, I've talked to many people. It is not just going to be this game. Every team in the NFL, if you start thinking about it, these first 2 or 3 games are going to be brutal. It's not going to be clean. It's not going to be fresh. A lot of expectations are not going to be met, not just in Atlanta, in other places as well. But if you can sneak a couple of wins in one of these 2-3 games early on in September, it sets you up for a better path going forward. Atlanta has the ability and they have the veteran leadership that they can absolutely turn this bad boy around in a couple of games. They can. Now, the problem is they're playing 2 of the better teams in the NFL in the next couple of weeks. But they can. They absolutely can. So we got to make sure, doom and gloom today. We're sad. We're mad. I get it. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to feel about it. I was disappointed too, but I'm also not ready to just act like Chicken Little and the sky's falling. No. Not at all. Barbara Ridley is in here. What's going on, Miss Barbara? Good to see you. She said we're starting 0-3. Kurt limping and looking like Ritter. But Garrett's trash and don't know what they see in a Troy. Look, again, some of the same questions we were asking before. Same questions. But we were sold. I'm telling y'all, we were sold a bag of goods. They told us he was ready. They told us Kurt was going to be ready. I said a little earlier, I saw Penix with his helmet on. Most time you don't see the backup with their helmet on. Made me wonder, is he ready? And if Kurt's not ready, man, stop fooling us all. Those interceptions made Ritter look on TV and say, man, that was a bad interception. Those were some horrible decisions. That first interception, I was like, dude, what? I in the press conference, I saw I didn't see the safety coming. Yeah, bro. Come on now. Come on, Kurt. Got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. Justin Swisher is in here. What's going on, Justin? He said Raheem is 0-7 in his last 7 games as Falcons head coach. About to be 0-11. Terry Fontenot will be fired after this season. I don't want to. Too early, man. Way too early. Bring that conversation back to me in November or December. And I'm not saying I'm hoping you're wrong. Well, actually, I do hope you're wrong. But way too early off one game. Way too early. AJ Jones is in here. What's going on? Say you can't have Cousins in the pistol the whole game. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about that. A lot of people were talking about that. Absolutely. RGC is in here. What's going on, RGC? Say sloppy football. Kurt is clearly injured. I think a lot of people seeing that. We'll see. That it was obvious. Even on a couple of those plays when TJ Watt was just bull whipping McGarry over there. There were a couple of times I'm like, well, Kurt, just step up. He just sat there and waited for him to like he's like, all right, come on, get me. Augusta Gator is in here. What's up, Gator? How you feeling, brother? He said 10 points off. What the hell? Look, horrible showing. And this is where, if you're Coach Raheem, this is where you're going to get paid, bro. You got to go make some adjustments. Because Philadelphia, they just put up 30 on Green Bay. What you going to do about them? I'll argue that I don't think Philadelphia's defense is as good as Pittsburgh. And I said all along, I kept telling people that Pittsburgh's defense is going to come to play. And I worried about what I thought was wrong. And I worried about who was going to be the quarterback. And they didn't do anything. Justin Fields managed the game well, but he's not a money quarterback. And that's what makes this hurt so bad. Because when you see somebody that basically is saying, I'm going to run a little bit, I'm going to give it to Najee, I'm going to throw a little pocky pass right here. Those are the things where you just kind of like, yeah, that kind of sucks. And Tavius is in here. What's going on, brother? Uh-oh. There you go. Said Kurt didn't look comfortable in the pistol. What's up? Oh, yeah, man. That pistol was not. Yeah, that wasn't good. Not at all. Philip Crawford, what's going on, man? He said defense job well done, but offense needs to be cleaned up ASAP. Steelers are 8th ranked defense team in the league, I think, but not an excuse. Yeah, that front seven is nice. They're not going anywhere, folks. Pittsburgh's defense is not going anywhere. If Pittsburgh gets solid play from that quarterback position, they're going to be fine. Today wasn't solid play. If y'all sat there and thought for 1 minute that Justin Fields did anything outstanding, shame on you. And for all of those that wanna I don't know if there were any Arthur Smith leftover or lingering fans at all. If you're gonna sit here and tell me that Arthur Smith, good for Arthur, he beat him. Hey, you can go somewhere too, because that was ridiculous. Dirty Bird Bill in the house. What's going on, Dirty Bird Bill? TJ is gonna do TJ things, but the offense as a whole has to do better. Yeah. I've seen TJ play now twice. And every time I've seen TJ Watt move, dude, it's amazing how quick that dude is. He's really quick. Everybody talks about Michael Parsons, which they should. He's a great player and everything like that. Bruh, that speed that Watt is bringing around the curve, around the edge, that's real. Super real. That's something else. WCG in the house. What's going on, sir? Say Kirk Cousins is injured. His arm strength wasn't good enough for an NFL quarterback. I tell you what, y'all saying all this. I hope we got some insurance. I think he's gonna be fine, folks. I really do. I'm not as bad as everything looked today. I do not think he is done. I do think we need to do some different things. We're going into the same stuff we were doing last year. I think the offensive line did pretty good on run blocking. I think we did. Should we have used Tyler Algier a little bit more? Maybe. But the way the game was going and the way the game was dictated, I think they kept Bijan in there because they knew Kurt was going to need an outlet. How many did he end up getting? Bijan got 68 yards on 18 carries and 5 catches for 43. I'll tell you what, too, thank God for Ray McCloud today. Even those passes Ray caught were like 3 inches over his head. So let's just hope that Kurt was super nervous. Really, really super nervous. I hope the injury thing isn't real. I hope he's not sitting out here trying to, go out there on a hurt Achilles. My brother, Dr. Harrison, is in the house. What's going on? Harrison says, Cousins showed lack of rhythm and consistency again. That's what you get when you don't go out there in preseason. The scrimmages, they keep saying those are the new preseason type deals. I don't know. Maybe that's why they look bad. All I know is they're getting ready to go into a Philadelphia. They're getting ready to go up there. And I tell you better have that stuff together then. I tell you what, if the Falcons didn't do anything, they got practice on playing in a hostile environment. They were in Atlanta playing in a hostile environment. Oh, man. Eric Parker's in the house. What's up, Eric? Eric says Fields was more comfortable in the shotgun formation, no fumbles. Well, they had the one fumble early in the game. So I got to give them that. Super Chat in the house. What's going on? Brother John in the house. What's going on, brother? Everything going well? What you got? Uh-oh.
We're just talking this and that. Why read your super chat? Uncle Steve will really try to be your best friend. All I want to do is read your super chat. And we'll hang out, talk sports, and just chill.
And my brother John Harris on the eye test. Y'all make sure y'all check him out on YouTube. Him and Winston Thornton do their thing over there at the eye test. He says we only have one formation to play offense out of. Our quarterback hasn't seen live action for about a year. Why weren't we throwing quicker passes? Look, you weren't throwing quicker passes because homeboy was in your face every 2 days, every 2 seconds. That's why. That's why you couldn't throw. If you're in his face, what y'all expect? Oh, man, another super chat in the house. What's going on, Abel? How you feeling, brother?
What could ever lead ya back here where we need ya? Falcons fans tease us a lot, but we got 'em on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Brother
back.
Abel,
Welcome back.
thank you so
Welcome back,
much. We
Falcon fans.
appreciate you. We appreciate you pretty much. It says, help me, Unc. Talk me down from the ledge. Abel, don't jump, man. Don't jump. We'll be fine. I know it looked horrible, but we're gonna be fine. I really do think this was a case of maybe this was the wrong game plan, folks. And I appreciate you, Abel. Thank you for the super chat and the support, my brother. I think this is just one of those cases where you might have outthought yourself. The first time you heard Raheem talk about, I'm thinking about the health. I'm thinking about the health. I'm thinking about the health. And that's good. Don't get me wrong. When you start seeing injuries that take out some of your starters around the NFL, you start, thinking about that. But winning is the main thing, man. This was an ugly loss. It wasn't even a loss. This was an ugly loss. You got to get them boys some reps. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, they'll do things a little bit better. Hopefully they will. Trying to catch all my first time folks. Kelvin, did I get you? I don't think I did, brother. What's going on? He said the OC should have made an adjustment for Watt putting a blocking tight end over there. At one time, he did put Charlie Warner over there. He had Charlie Warner over there at one time. Didn't matter. He was just not ready, man. Not ready at all. Trying to make sure I catch everybody who first time in here. I think did I skip everybody? Did I skip anybody? I don't think I did. John Brooks in the house. What's going on, John? How you feeling, man? He said, I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried about Kirk Cousins. I do have a question. Do you think his injury is messing with his head? I'll say it seems like he just couldn't move, man. A couple of those times that TJ Watt was coming around the corner, brother, step up. It's almost like he saw him and didn't even react. That bothers me. That bothers me that we don't have that quarterback. And yeah, I'm saying that I'm not telling people to absolutely turn to Michael Penix the next game, but I'm gonna tell you, in a season where you have to make quick decisions soon, you can't have this go on for 3 or 4 games. If he's not ready, brother, get out and let the next guy come in. You got to. Man, Savage, what's going on, man? How you doing today? He said the schedule's going to get hard, though. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely, it's going to get hard. Absolutely. Got another super chat in here. What is going on? Roast action.
We're just talking this and that. Why read your super chat? Uncle Steve will really try to be your best friend. All I want to do is read your super chat. And we'll hang out, talk sports, and just chill.
I felt like I just played that earlier. I'm going to give you another one.
My friends wonder what is wrong with me. I got a super chat. It's from Uncle Steve. I came back to let you know. Got a super chat, and you know it's gold.
Brother Rose, brother, sister, Rose Stacks. I don't know what the game plan on offense. If Cousins doesn't move, why not run the ball more with Tyler and Bijan and take shot plays in the passing game? I must admit, early, I said the same thing. There was a moment that I was saying, why are we trying to pass the ball when we were actually having success running? I don't care. I know a lot of people like, well, you can't run Bijan the whole game. Yes, the heck you can. Najee Harris had 20 attempts for 70 yards. 20 attempts. So what? So what? If it's something that's gonna save him from wear and tear, then let's do it. Let's do it. Got another super chat. Y'all coming in hard today, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you so much.
Super chat with Uncle. Super chat with Uncle. Super chat with.
Appreciate you, brother, from the eye test again. He said, and I'm saying it right now, not playing the starters during preseason was his first bad coaching mistake, and as a result, we beat ourselves. Let me ask y'all a question. Why y'all in here about Raheem? And it's kind of what John is saying. Is the honeymoon over, y'all? Is the honeymoon over? If the honeymoon is over, and this is what I mean when I say the honeymoon is over. All the good, good talk and all that stuff. All that time is over with. Now it's time to win. People not trying to hear your funny quotes and your happy-go-lucky attitude and all that stuff. No, nobody's doing that. Now we need to see you win. And maybe that starts next week, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I got to take this one. This is Ashley Black, but this says, this is better. Better, what's going on, man? He said, this is better. I feel like Kurt needs to stay under center. He is not used to this. He was the quarterback with the highest percentage under center. This would also create more space for Bijan to run and expand the field. That's actually a pretty astute comment. I know I heard a couple of people saying the same thing about him going under center as well. That would make a difference. It would. So I hope and pray that they listening to you better. I hope they are. Got another super chat in here. That's my brother Steve from the check down in the house.
They won't. The Falcons creeping. Gonna find ya. You can't just sleeping. Now stay woke. The Falcons creeping.
Now I was hoping we were creeping today, but we got crept up on when you start talking about the Falcons. Steve, what's going on? Steven, y'all check Steven out at the check down. He had always have some good analysis. I'll be very interested to see what you got to say after this game when I see your videos come out. He said Cousins started 0-3 last year with multiple turnovers. Cousins is doing again. Just saying. Hey, man. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. I want to have a rebuttal that can go against somebody saying, "What did was Kirk Cousins worth this money?" I know it's one game, but you literally came in today and made mistakes that were the main reason we got rid of the two guys who were playing under center last year. So, ridiculous. Simone Hand in the house. What is going on, my sister? She says, I really thought we were going to win. That made two of us. That makes two of us. Absolutely. T. Walker is in here as well. What's going on, T? Say, put Warner in the chip and put Kyle in the slot. Should have been an adjustment. Did McGarry even pinch TJ Watt? I'm sick now. Talk about a gut punch. I'm telling y'all, Charlie did go on his side once. Now, again, maybe he should have gone on twice or three times. But, we should have done more. We should have done a lot more. Carl Marks is in here. What's going on, Carl? He said Kurt couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards. Listen, we saw that too. If you're hurt, don't play. Stop fooling everybody or stop trying to fool everybody. Don't play. You're hurting the team. I want you to be great too. I want you to be that guy for this team. But if you're hurt and it's going to take 3 or 4 more games before you're healthy, let's do it. I want to give Pittsburgh a lot of credit for their defense, but I'm also saying, goodness gracious, those were some hardcore mistakes from a alleged veteran quarterback. I would say probably right now, so far from what I've seen, probably the most disappointing debut of a new quarterback, whether it be rookie or a new quarterback for another team. Definitely the most disappointing because the expectations were that much higher. Y'all make sure y'all put that like button for me. I really appreciate it. And then share the video out if you want to get a chance to get folks to see what's going on here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. I appreciate you. Antonio James in the house. He says preseason game number 4. Wow. Pretty much, though. Pretty much. Stephon Mosley is in here, too. What's going on, Stephon? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Coolin' E. Roberts is in here. What's up? Said Kirko Chains was looking like Kirko Ritter. I'm telling y'all, man. Desmond Ritter is sitting at home. Desmond Ritter was sitting there probably like, try to blame it all on me, didn't you? Blame it all on me if you want to. Oh, it ain't my fault. James Christian, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? No, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready because had no situational awareness today. Got to eat those Wheaties on the road. 2 division games back to back at home. Listen, these next 2 games become crucial. If you play anywhere close to what you did this week, you're going to be looking at 0-3 very quickly. Very quickly. Matt Savage says why we didn't get Russell. Russell was his calf was messing with him. That's why we didn't get him. That's what. LAJ is in the house. What's going on, LAJ? He said, I just don't understand why so much damn pistol formation. If I knew that, brother, I would be a smart dude. I wish I could ask. Jamal D is in the house. What's going on, Jamal? How you feel? Oh, Jamal, I got a sounder for you, brother. There you go. There you go. He said, if I wasn't already piled up, I'd about pulled out. If I wasn't already bald, I'm sure I would have pulled all my hair today, Bo. Man, yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly, ugly, ugly. My brother Lee Jackson is in here. What's going on, Lee? How you feeling, man? Lee says Cousins really looked really tentative back there today. Like he didn't trust his Achilles to plant and follow through with his passes. Again, another astute comment because he didn't. He did not look. Even the pass that he made on the first couple of drives where he finally got the pass through the middle, and he kind of threw that behind him. And look, I know we're not supposed to get perfection, but man, I'm gonna need more than that, bro. I'm gonna need more than that. Keenan Melvin in the house. He said at least Grady height here. Grady looked good. Grady looked good today. Jesse looked good today. Lot of good things to talk about on defense. Listen, third down percentage, you got to get better. But at the end of the day, you got to stop folks from scoring. The name of the game is keep the other team off the scoreboard. Yes, they kicked 6 field goals, but at the end of the day, I'd rather you hold them back from scoring touchdowns than anything else. Again, the same recipe we talked about last year. You got a defense that will hold. All we need is 24 points. Today, we didn't even need that. And if we're honest with each other, 9 of those points came off of 3 turnovers. So I don't know how much blame I hear people talking about with the defense. Yeah, you could have. That was definitely a lapse of concentration when you let my man catch the ball near the end of the half. Yeah, you had a couple of other plays, big plays that you let them get, but yeah, we gotta do better, man. We got to. Check down got one more for us with Steven.
Gonna be here for long. You know, I read a super chat. Girl, you got me twisted over there. Uncle Steve will read right now, baby.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for supporting the channel as always, man. I hate to say it, but I'm getting Matt Ryan Colts vibes. I hope I'm wrong. And let me tell you, what Falcons fans don't want is that right there. Remember how excited the NFL was? And this is why this might be a perfect analogy. Remember when they traded Matt Ryan to the Colts and we gave him a 3rd round pick, and you had people like, oh man, they just gave him just for a 3rd round pick. Man, we got over here in Indianapolis, and a lot of prognosticators, a lot of folks had them winning the Super Bowl. They did. They had them going to the Super Bowl. That's all they need is a quarterback. And you see how that turned out. So yes, I hear you loud and clear. That absolutely is a very good point. Guns and Saints in the house. What's going on? Guns and Saints, I knew you were gonna come in here, man. He said, y'all did a wonderful job, boy. You ain't no good. The Saints beat the doors off of the Panthers this year, this week, which I hope is a good thing for us. A1 forever, my brother Chris in the house. What's going on, Chris? Chris. I know he had to witness that weird game today as well. Brother, I don't know what to say that you and I didn't see being done on the field today. That was just some bad play today. Can we get better? Of course you can. It's game 1. But that was not the start. And you know how you could say about moral victories versus victory? This wasn't even a moral victory day. In other words, yeah, the defense played not moral victory. This is not a good loss. Like, oh man, we played well, but we lost. That wasn't one of those. The offense was what we were supposed to hang our hats on. That was what we were supposed to do. That we were going to hang our hats on how great this offense was. And the offense scored 10 points. And to be honest with you, probably lucky we scored those. Stephon says, Watt too fast for him to be on the center. Maybe so. Sharp, what's going on, man? What is going on? He said it was a reason we drafted a quarterback. You could be. Listen, Raheem has to think about the future. He has to think about the future. So I think it was a smart move. And Sean, I'm telling you, how many times when y'all on the sideline, y'all see the quarterback, the backup quarterback with their helmet on, standing on the sideline? Penix was on the sidelines. I wish I would have taken a picture, because first thing I told my son when we were standing right there, I said, son, you see Penix standing right there? You don't see that often. You don't see backup quarterbacks standing right there on the sideline unless it was a package for him. Maybe they saw something too. I don't want to. I'm not trying to start controversy after one game. But boy, Kirk better look much better than he did this week. And I'll tell you what, if this doesn't do anything, this motivates the crap out of the Falcons. I'm not, it bothers me as a Falcon fan that so many Pittsburgh fans are there. At the end of the day, Pittsburgh invades everywhere. They travel well. Pittsburgh, Dallas, Green Bay. I've said several times. Pittsburgh, Dallas, Green Bay. Those three teams right there travel well. So it's not a shock that they had as many people. But what you could have done to shut them up is to play better football. And had we played better football, that crowd wouldn't have been. I mean, that crowd was a force at the end. When the Falcons had the ball inside the 10, their own 10, oh, those folks were loud. I mean, loud. Not distance loud. Loud. Kelvin says Honeymoon was over the second Steelers kicked off. Cousins scared. If Penix start playing and plays well, Kirk will never be healthy enough for the Falcons. I'm going to tell you this, though. I'm not going to lie to you, Kelvin. That was a good first drive. So I can't prescribe to right when they kicked off. That was a nice drive. They went down the field. They needed to finish. That was a nice drive, in fairness. Alan Mike said, I've been a fan for over 50 years. Same old crappy Falcons. I'm not surprised. And see, when people say that, people want to get mad at Mike and they want to get mad at somebody else that'll make those. Folks, that's unfortunately, he's right. Mike remembers the days of Bartkowski early, not the 1 or 2 playoff years. He remembers the 80s when June Jones was pretending to be a coach early, and we brought back Marion Campbell. He remembers those lean days in the 90s, with the exception of 1 or 2 years, including the Super Bowl. It does always seem like the same thing. It's not a complaint. It's not being negative. It's just that's the way it is. Larry says Kurt didn't have the ability to run play action under the center because his mobility was super limited. We was too predictable on offense when we could have run simple play action off our running sets. But here's the thing, Larry. All those points are correct. So why are we pretending he's ready? I would rather put rookie Michael Penix out there and say, you know what? Right now, Kurt needs another week or two. Stop pretending like just because it's the first day of the year that all of a sudden Mr. Miyagi is going to come out there and get his hands and rub them and then just heal Kirk Cousins altogether. If you're not ready to play, bro, don't play. This is go time now. Slim Dollar in the house. What's going on, Slim? He said, I think Kirk Cousins is still hurt because if you look at his throws, he looked like he was in pain. Also, the Falcons didn't even try to air the ball out, and they did the same motion, HB scratch run all day. Everybody's saying the same thing. So we all can't be liars. Jonathan Freeman, what's going on, man? He said, what would probably, what was that? Rather have Ritter. Man, listen, I'm telling you. He said that was Ritter-like, but worse. It was bad. And Jonathan, I'll even take it a step further. If Ritter does that, we probably already expected it. Kirk Cousins, we were wanting some facsimile of what he was showing last year before the injury. So, good point. C-Double in the house. What's going on, C-Double? He said, I swear this was a nightmare. It was. The good thing is, again, you fight to live another day. You got 16 more of these to get it right. I don't even think we're in the age of any team going undefeated. Matter of fact, we're probably not even in the age of a team going 16-1. It's a long season. I just saw Tampa Bay run roughshod over a bad Washington team. I saw New Orleans run roughshod over a bad Carolina team. We can do the same thing. We just happen to run into the toughest opponent out of those two teams, which New Orleans and Tampa are the teams we're going to be battling. I'm telling you, if Pittsburgh plays New Orleans today, they ain't putting up 47. If Pittsburgh plays Tampa today, they ain't putting up 30, whatever they ended up on Washington. Bottom line. But we have to do better. Take solace that they didn't come in and just run the score up because they couldn't. But at the same time, got to do better, y'all. Steven Jackson is in here. What's going on, Steven? He said, I really hope Coach Raw didn't blow it with the OC hire. It looked like preseason, no creativity at all. 76 needs to be on the first team smoking if it ain't nothing. If it ain't nothing but a Newport, man, you wrong, bro. You wrong. But you're right. Oh, man. Again, Anthony Black says, Anthony, what's going on, brother? He says, I love Radio Raheem. Missed that Russell couldn't play. Coming from a guy with 3 Achilles tears, give Kirk some time. The division is within y'all grasp. And a very good point because, yeah, the NFC South ain't going nowhere, y'all. We don't start division play for another 3 weeks. But my thing is, too, though, Anthony, as you can attest to, if it's going to take you that long to heal from a Achilles, why are we rushing him out there? And remember, he got hurt like game 8. They usually say a whole year. So come on, man. Come on. We got to do better than that. But I hear you loud and clear. Rusty in the house with a super chat. What's going on, brother? Go old school on you. What I got over here for you? What I got?
Come on, Terry. The fans are watching you.
Now this is
apropos. Want something to cheer for. We need you to come through. Oh, Terry, we've had our share of heartbreaks. None of this is danger. But if you think you can turn this around, Terry, we wish that you would, cause y'all keep telling us this and telling us that. We got Kirk Cousins and Bijan in back. Judon and Jesse will help us compete. Come on here, Falcons. Practice what you preach.
You better practice what you preach.
AJ.
That was
Jesse.
That was too much. We paid.
Come on, Falcons. Practice what you preach.
Rusty, you got the whole money's worth. What's going on? Rusty said, beat by a quarterback we didn't want and a coach that we fired. Cruel world. Is that trying to take years off Bijan's career? Next 2 are tough. We can't start 0-3. Again, all correct statements by you, Rusty. But here's the thing. Zach Robinson is hamstrung if his quarterback plays like crap. If Kirk Cousins is turning the ball over as a 10-plus year veteran in the NFL, if he's turning the ball over and he's not playing up to snuff, then what are we talking about? We can have whatever play we want lined up for Kirk Cousins. Zach Robinson can get the best plays ever. If your quarterback ain't playing well and he's turning the ball over, it sucks. It really sucks. TW, what's going on, man? He said, what's up, Steve? He said, I tore my Achilles at 30 and was fine after 12 months. That was 30 years ago. Kurt just shell-shot right now. Arthur Smith is a genius. I'm going to have to bring that back, man. Arthur Smith is a genius. I'm going to have to bring that back in the rotation. ATL Skateman said that Kurt catch the Ritter virus. Y'all are tough, man. Y'all are tough. Oh man, he said ATL LAX in the house. He said, yeah. He said AJ though. Oh man, dude, this was absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Larry says, thank goodness Terry got Simmons and Judon this offseason because that unit played great outside of the play just before half to move within field goal range. I just mentioned that one play. Yeah, that was one of those y'all can't fall asleep. You can't fall asleep. And I think they fell asleep on that play, and they deserve what they got on that one long play. That was horrible. Cooley Roberts says, as bad as I want to see Penix play, they still got to make adjustments on offense. McGarry is a liability, and dang show wouldn't want him to be your blindside blocker. Lord, that wouldn't turn out good. Well, the only thing I'll say with that is at least Michael Penix, who's not going to fool you. We ain't saying Michael Penix is somebody that's going to run for 50 yards a game, but his mobility is still good. And you're talking about somebody there who has had a couple of ACLs, and he still moves around pretty well. So I'll take that. Now we got to see what's going on. Again, I'm not trying to start whatever, but everybody's seeing the same thing I saw. Looks like Kurt was not in his best. Not. Deonis, I hope I'm doing that right. Helios, I apologize if I get it wrong. My apology. Charge it to my head, not my heart. See, I'm good with the defense. Yeah, the defense was tight. Listen, if you can hold a team to out of the end zone for a 60-minute game, you're doing your job. I don't care if they kick 7, 8 field goals. You're doing your job. You are. Moppy, what's going on, Moppy? He said, yeah, I'd rather have Stuber or Storm Norton. I remember Storm Norton. That's probably why they kept him on that roster. Remember? Storm came in there and solidified stuff. We'll see. I do not think Philadelphia's – I think they got big boys on the line. I don't think they have that rusher that's TJ Watt like, but you still got to get it right. Still got to get it right. TW says, but for real, if they have a losing record, I'm putting my 3 PSLs up. Dang, you got 3 up for sale. Not doing this over and over anymore because I'm not insane. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Super Fifth says, let's wait and see. I hear you. Cooler Robert said, come on, Falcons. Practice what you preach. I'll play that going out today. Superfit says, I think Penix can be a better quarterback, but Kurt is a veteran, so we got to roll with him. Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to start any mess. I think I'm just saying if Kurt isn't healthy. If you're not healthy, if you're not ready, these are the first real bullets that you receive during this offseason. And if you're not ready, then let somebody come in until you're ready. Now, he looked, I saw him on the field. Yeah, I mean, I think he was limping because they were hitting him so much. More outside of the Achilles, but you know. Rusty said, we save $17 million if we cut McGarry. That needs to happen, and it's time to draft a franchise tackle next year. Yeah, I'm not sure McGarry may not. I don't think he's going to be in the plans next year anyway, to be honest with you. Dirty Bird Diner in the house. He said, if Kirk is still shaky after the first half next week, maybe it's time to consider Penix early. Again, hey, judging by what I saw and anybody else who was at the game, when I see the backup quarterback with a helmet on the sideline right next to the coach looking like, oh, I'm getting ready to come in, I'm just saying. Most of the time, they're in the back. My little sister in the house, Brienne, what is going on? How you doing today? Oh, I know it was disappointing for you. I think Kurt has to get on the right mindset after his ACL injury. I think he's scared it might happen again. That might be it. That could be it. He could be afraid that he's going to re-injure it. And that's not, you're a football player. I know you got to do it, but that's human too. You think it might get hurt again. That's a good point, sis. Moffitt says, Kurt need to go with Robinson and see what Kirk is comfortable with since he was in the pistol 85% of the game. Kurt needs to be understanding. Yeah, maybe he's trying too many things too quick. Maybe he's not ready for that. Maybe not. Tim says some of those throws gave me Mariota vibes. Barbara says, Penix has helmet on to hear the plays. I know he does, but not right on the sidelines. Most of the time when he has the helmet on, they're either back on the bench doing with the Microsoft Surface as well. This ain't college where all the time the backup is standing right there. I understand what you're saying, but nah, he looked like he was ready to come in. I hear you. And he was learning. I get it. I just not buying it. And that was at a point in the game when Kurt looked like he was just not moving. Again, I'm not trying to start a conspiracy. I'm just saying that was odd to me. Yes, they absolutely have the helmet on for communication. But yeah, I don't know. I think he was ready. I think he was ready to go in there because homeboy wasn't moving. TW said, I couldn't talk ish to those Steeler fans today because I had my 7-year-old grandson. He was talking more than me. Listen, I had a whole group of Pittsburgh guys right next to me, and they were good folks, man. There was like 6 or 7 of them, and a couple of their wives or significant others. And it was just good talk. But they were dogging their own team out. Like, dude, Justin can't even get in the end zone. So Antonio said Kurt looked good on the last drive for halftime, but come out stiff in the second half. He had 19 yards passing in the second half. Yikes, yeah, that was ugly. That was super ugly. Again, first game. Let's hope he can shake that off. Tim said I liked that Penix was ready for the keys. He should be. Number 1 pick. He should be. Aside of J.J. McCarthy, who's out for the season, he's the only number 1 pick that didn't play today. Well, no, I'll take that back. Drake made him play. My bad. Bobby says I'm a former PTOT, and he doesn't have torque and snap on that throwing leg at all. It takes is a tackle or guard to roll on that thing, and Penix will be in the game. I'll tell you what, it seemed like they rolled on him a couple of times. I saw him roll on it a couple of times, Mafia. Dwayne Green in the house. What's up, Dwayne? He said, what is up, Uncle Steve? It's obvious that there is no chemistry. They should have played in the preseason. Well, I tell you what, they better hurry up and get some chemistry because you got to go to one of the hardest places to play in the league this year this week. And when you go to Philly. And Philly has 2 extra days worth of rest as well. So nobody's going to feel sorry for the Atlanta Falcons and Kirk Cousins. So you better get your act together. TW says somebody bought him a beer for being cool. Hey, man. Be nice to your neighbors. King Money in the house. What's going on, man? Said Kirk bad. Kirk played bad first game every year. Okay, I'll live with that. I hope he does. I hope he shakes that off. And that's why I have to be careful, y'all, because you can have a bad game like that and then turn around and turn it on. Rianne says the offensive line has me worried. Join the club. I think it had about 60,000. Well, I can't even say 60,000. Had about 40,000 other Falcon fans were it too. We got to get that right. Henry Watson in the house. What's going on, Henry? It says messing with his psyche not to get re-injured again. I hope not. Not as an NFL quarterback. You can't be going out there playing scared. You can't. Keenan said, "I'm for Philly. Pray for me." Them folks in Philly rough, man. I know myself, and I know some of those folks just keep that reputation as the nasty fans up just to do it. That's why I probably just could never go there, y'all. I could never go there because I like to have good banter and fun stuff. I don't play all that, throwing stuff at people and cussing folks out and all that. Yeah. And there's people that live just to keep up the reputation. That's ridiculous. Again, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your unk. Appreciate y'all. Got 73 people in the house. I appreciate y'all watching me on a Sunday evening. I know y'all getting ready to watch Sunday Night Football in a couple of minutes. I'm going to wrap up a couple of these things. King Money says Minnesota lost its first game almost every year with Kirk and the Redskins as well. Yeah. That's a good point. I hope it's a pattern that keeps going and he turns it around. Trucker Mike in the house. What's going on, Trucker Mike? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. My sister Barbara says they were hiding Kurt by no training camp for fans and no preseason. Yeah, I know, right? That's my other little sister in here. Bree is in the house. I know the Queen's Chamber is back doing their thing. Y'all make sure y'all check her out on YouTube doing her stuff. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm definitely going to check you out. Y'all make sure y'all give us some love and some likes over there at the Queen's Chamber on YouTube. Moppy says TJ Watt was timing with Dahlman and had McGarry. Other teams will see tendencies. Yeah, look, y'all. TJ Watt is a special cat. Let's not pretend like he was playing McGarry was blocking Umfufu over there. TJ Watt makes a lot of folks look bad. So I'm not willing to 100% just act like he is all of that. But he does have to get better. Chris Rogers, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining us here in the lounge. Thank you, brother.
Maria Super Chat. Girl, you got me twisted over there.
Normally, Chris, I appreciate you, man.
Now, baby.
Chris says, can we call in tonight? Most of the time, Chris, I usually save that for the Monday Minutia, which is tomorrow. And the problem is tomorrow, me and my lovely wife are going out to a concert tomorrow to watch the writer of this music play.
We're just ordinary cubies. We don't know which way to throw.
That look like Cousin today.
Cause we're just ordinary cubies.
It used to be Ritter's song. I might have to give it to Cousin.
I think it's time for us to go. Time to go. I think it's time to go. Cause we can't throw.
I thought I was going to be done with this song.
I think it's time to go.
Not after today.
We can't throw.
Is that a crazy?
I don't think we can throw. We can't throw.
This is. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
I don't think we can throw.
Yeah, man. Rough. Brianne says, who did we get in the draft that we passed up on TJ Watt? Was that the Tat McKinley year? Does memory serve me right? Was that Tat McKinley? I think it might have been. It may have been. Raymond says would have been nice to make some adjustments on Watts. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh man. Aunt Kira's in the house. Got to give us some absolute love today. Had a great time. Spending the time with her and the family out there. Even if we didn't win the game, always great to be with the love of my life out there watching our Falcons not come through. She said, no mocking the legend or mocking our new quarterback. Listen, man, they deserve it. I'm sorry. They do. Okay, Dixon Way said it was it Vic Beasley? Was it way back then? Nah. TJ was after Vic, wasn't he? Oh, was he? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, I think that was okay, I see you say Tack now. Yeah, I thought it was Tack. Okay. I was just about to say. New Covenant International Fellowship Ministries. That's a lot. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. That's my brother Ricky in the house. What's going on, Rick? Good to see you, brother. Oh man, he said, tell me where our offensive line was. Hey, bro. Again, TJ Watt is gonna give headaches to everybody. He really he's gonna give headaches to everybody. So I'm not willing to just totally listen. The offensive line actually again did decent jobs on blocking too. Now they did some worse blocking because they kept holding, but you know. Larry said no, I was wrong. I thought it was. And again, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, be honest with you, it's like 3 or 4 people that I listen to when I listen for facts. Larry is one of them. David Starks is another one, and Tidy also from Atlanta Bird Gang is another one. So trust me, if Larry says it, that's my thing. I got it. Demetrius, did I see you in there earlier, DJ? I don't know if I did or not. I apologize if I missed you. Said Tyler Algier got to be more involved because he's our power runner, so they need to utilize him more. Felt like he was left out. I wonder, do they trust him out of the backfield as much as they trust Bijan? And there was at a point where they had to get the ball out quick, and I think they kept trying those, trying those little swing passes. I think that's one of the things that they were trying to do there. Maybe that's why Algier didn't get his time. I mean, he only got, 3 carries? 3 carries for 21 yards. You got to do better. Got to. Listen, everybody, I appreciate you. If y'all do me one big, gigantic favor, if all of y'all could push that like button for me, I really appreciate it. I gotta say hey to my brother Juan. Juan, you always come in here later, man, and you know you my guy, dude. He said Kurt looking out there looking like Desmond Cousins. You're wrong for that, man. You are wrong. You're wrong. Listen, I appreciate everyone joining me here on the Sunday Chill. Again, normally I'll do the Monday Minutia, but tomorrow me and my wife will be out enjoying some things, some cultured events with our buddy out there, John Legend. So hopefully we'll get to tell you guys about that later. So we will not have Monday Minutia this week. I'll probably try to come on either Friday night or Saturday night to enjoy. Listen, we got to get this together. It's one game. I'm not ready to throw the whole season away, but got to get it better, folks. Got to get it better because y'all promised us, remember? Y'all promised us.
Come on, Terry.
Terry, everybody.
The fans are watching you.
Fans are watching.
We want something to cheer for.
Thank y'all for the support.
We need you to come through.
We appreciate y'all.
We had our share of heart.
You're in Uncle Steve's Lounge.
But if you think you can turn this around, Terry, we
used to love
wish
this part of
that
the
you
song.
would, cause y'all keep telling us this and telling us that. We got Kirk Cousins and Bijan in back. Judon and Jesse will help us compete. Come on here, Falcons. Practice what you
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all down the line to preview the Philadelphia game for next week. Until then, everyone have a great Sunday evening.
Come on, Falcons. Practice what you
Peace.
preach.
So good night, bye.